Hello everybody, and welcome to Body Count, where I find out just how murderous all of our favorite movie characters really are. Today's episode, I'm looking at the sexy purple man himself, Thanos. So, if you're new here, this is a segment where I count up all of the kills and knockouts of some of our favorite and not so favorite movie and TV characters. If you missed my last two body counts, Kylo Ren and Black Widow, go check those out. You just might enjoy them. And for this video, we are looking at the Mad Titan Thicos. Bruce Willis. Sex God. No. Thanos. We are looking at Thanos. After he was teased at the end of the Avengers, Thanos became one of the most anticipated villains in movie history. They kept teasing him and teasing him and teasing him. And then after a couple after-credit scenes and a cameo, we finally get to see Thanos in action. So, did he live up to the hype? Let's get into this and find out just how bloodthirsty Thanos really is. Starting off with Avengers Infinity War. Thanos technically appeared in 5 MCU movies, but he just cheesed into a camera in the Avengers, he sat in a chair and gave a tongue lashing to Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he grabbed an oven mitt in Age of Ultron, having a combined screen time of about 1 minute. It isn't until Avengers Infinity War that he becomes a fully fleshed out character and starts adding some kills to his resume. Like any great villain does, he starts this movie off monologuing. Wow, he seems like a really well-spoken and sophisticated man. Okay, nope, he's an animal. This Asgardian ship is absolutely destroyed, but I can't confirm that he did any of this, because he has the Black Order with him and they start the scene finishing people off while Thanos stands in the corner. It could have been any of them or a blast from his ship that did this. He chats with Loki for a second, and right before he can get his grubby little purple fingers on him, Hulk comes out of nowhere and attacks him. You would think that Hulk would put up a pretty good fight, but oh no. The writers use Thanos to show us how they really feel about the Hulk. Useless. Heimdall conveniently uses the last of his dark energy to send Hulk back to Earth, and Thanos doesn't like that. He pokes him really hard in the tummy for his first kill of this video. Okay, that was nice and all, but come on, I know that you can do better. Jesus! That's right. Loki tries to pull a fast one on him, so Thanos shows us that sometimes you just gotta choke a bitch. Alright, that is a great start. He's killing main characters, establishing a presence, and he's showing that the MCU actually does have stakes. No! Damn it! Whatever. He sheds his armor and destroys the rest of the ship, knocking out Thor in the process. We don't see Thanos again for another 33 minutes, and we find him in a flashback, wiping out half of Gamora's home world. Yes, he's commanding this army to do this, but he isn't actually killing anybody, so no kills here. The next time we catch up with current day Thanos, he has absolutely destroyed nowhere, and he schools the Guardians. I did a good bit of research, but I couldn't find an exact population for nowhere, so I don't know exactly how many people he killed here. I know it's at least tens of thousands, so I'm just gonna put tens of thousands. He then turns Drax and Mantis into blocks and string, which is just a knockout because they turn back to normal right after he leaves. He takes a cue from Trey Songz and turns into a Mr. Steal Your Girl, and then disappears into a portal. He then shows up about 11 minutes later to have a nice heart-to-heart talk with Gamora. He offers her some food, explains himself, speaks softly to her, then he tortures her sister for information. Ah, so he's one of those tough love fathers. About 13 minutes go by, and we see him take Gamora to Vormir, where they run into the Red Skull. They have a nice little chat, then he realizes he has to sacrifice Gamora to get the Soul Stone. And he actually does it. He actually kills Gamora, adding another kill to this list. And hey, look at that! He is rewarded with a glowing fruit gusher. It's another 15 minutes before we get more juicy Thanos booty. He talks with Doctor Strange for a bit, then all hell breaks loose. The heroes throw everything they can at him, but Thanos is just too strong. His booty is just too juicy. They finally trap him and almost get the gauntlet off. But then Star-Lord is Star-Lord. He wakes up and throws part of a f***ing moon at the heroes, knocking out Iron Man, Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis. Peter scoops all of them up, and then we get an amazing PP measuring contest between Thanos and Doctor Strange. No kills here, but this is epic. I love this scene. But you know what? Thanos isn't done whooping ass. Iron Man, line up and bend over. They have a great little fight, and Thanos ends it by stabbing Tony in the stomach. Doctor Strange then gives up the Time Stone, finally making his thick purple cheeks unstoppable. He heads to Earth and just wipes the floor with our favorite heroes. That's not a knockout. That's not a knockout. That is... yeah, that's a concussion. Knockout, knockout, knockout. She's just trapped. It doesn't necessarily show what happens to Groot here. And aw, Cap. I love you, man. You tried. Wanda kills Vision before Thanos could get to him. But come on, girl. Thanos is a huge fan of early 2000s hip-hop. So he proceeds to put his thing down, whip it, and reverse it. He puts Vision back together, backhands Wanda, and then brutally rips the stone out of his head. Vision technically isn't a fleshy being, but he is a character with feelings, damn it. So this counts as a kill. Thor then embeds an axe into his chest, but he gets a little too cocky and allows Thanos to do the infamous snap. Let's get to counting. Bye bye. I count 14 Wakandan soldiers disappearing here. Rest in peace, King. Deuces. See ya. Bye. Then we cut back to Titan, where we see Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and Peter all fade away into dust. He did it. The bastard did it. His purple booty juice drippings were just too much for our heroes. We then see an after credits scene where we see another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more people get turned into dust. So, let's see if he can top that death toll in Avengers Endgame. He started the last movie in control, but he starts this movie off getting his ass kicked. He's just living the peaceful, average, everyday life of an intergalactic serial murderer when he is suddenly and viciously attacked by the heroes. Bruce confirms that he murdered trillions in the snap, so that number will go on to last movie's count. Thor cuts off Thanos' head, and that is it for Thanos in the MCU. Nah, just kidding. We all know characters don't really stay dead in these movies. He makes his return about 54.5 minutes later, and even though he wipes off some blood on his blade, we don't actually see him in action for quite a while. He kind of just walks around and talks for most of his screen time. It's actually quite disappointing compared to Infinity War. But after his ship blows up the Avengers base, he finally comes down and sits down again. Okay. But a couple minutes later, it's on, baby. He holds Tony in front of Mjolnir, which knocks him out. Then he gives Thor a nice little beatdown right before Captain America does one of the coolest things in movie history. Woo! Yeah, baby! Okay. This video isn't about Cap, it's about Thanos. So, he... Yes! Boom! Okay. Sorry. Hell yes! I can't help it. This is just too awesome. Alright, after all of that, we all know what happens next. All of the deceased heroes come back for one final epic battle. Let's see if Thanos piles up any casualties during this. He hits this sorcerer with his sword, but he had a defense spell up as a shield, so I'll say this is just a knockout. He then proceeds to get dominated by Scarlet Witch, and he barely manages to escape. He destroys the quantum tunnel, then gets into fisticuffs with Tony, Thor, and Cap. He knocks two of them out, then grabs the Power Stone and punches Captain Marvel in the face. She doesn't come back for quite a bit, so I guess this knocked her out. Then he gets the Infinity Stone snatched away by Tony, and Tony does a snap of his own. Thanos sits down and dies like a little bitch. So, that is it for the Mad Titan. He was only really in 2 movies, but even with that little amount of screen time, I think that he's already cemented his place in movie villain history. Yeah, he sucked in Endgame, but his appearance in Infinity War alone has made him an all-time great in my opinion. But who cares about all that? How many kills did he rack up? So overall, Thanos racked up 19 knockouts and trillions of kills. He got all of those in Infinity War, and he actually doesn't kill anybody in Endgame. But if I'm just counting the people that we visually see Thanos kill, his number is 34. Once again, all in Infinity War. So therefore, he had the most kills and most knockouts in Infinity War, and the least amount of both in Avengers Endgame. So there you have it. I don't think that anybody I do on body count will even come close to his numbers, but he kind of cheated and just killed half of the universe, so... But even the characters that we do see him kill, he still had a fair amount. I do wish that he got his hands a little dirtier in Endgame, but it's whatever. We still have Infinity War Thanos, and that's good enough for me. Alright guys, what did you think about this video? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. I love doing these videos, so whose body count do you want to see me do next? I already have a couple of characters lined up, but let me know who you want to see and I'll try to make them a priority. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, and if you don't enjoy my content, what is wrong with you? Alright, I hope you're staying extremely safe out there, and until we meet again, peace!